most investors, typically institutional investors, development finance institutions, and pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, are more inclined to look at a project that has gone through all the initial project preparation phase. And that is the most challenging part for most of our entrepreneurs and our project promoters, because it's very challenging to secure funding because what you typically want to see is some kind of grant financing to at least do the initial heavy lifting for that project, and eventually to ensure that this project sees the light of day where it eventually becomes bankable. So that's the one part of the assessment. But what we have also observed during our assessment is that our financial institutions in Namibia, if I have to talk about Namibia, simply do not have the kind of balance sheet to support grant financing for project preparation activities. So you would have to then rely to have some kind of collaboration with our development bank and other regional banks like the Development Bank of Southern Africa. In South Africa, the Industrial Development Corporation, African Development Bank. They have the kind of balance sheets that can afford those kind of project preparation facilities. They call it project preparation facilities. And then they have some kind of collaboration with our Development Bank of Namibia to then extend those kind of facilities to project promoters. Okay. So I think in a nutshell, that is what I can say for now. I can
and actually the first reason, actually, looking at now how the strategy has been changed, instead of just holding placard to say, now we have investment opportunities. And there is now, I think you guys went to this extent to say that let's go further, let's package the program to say how much is needed specifically. So people, when they are coming back here to Namibia, they don't have to do the groundwork. Actually, they can be wherever they are and just say, okay, this is an investment need, this is what I have. So no more doing research and the cost that you have indicated, traveling and coming and saying. Okay, now, in terms of promotion on your assessment, you guys are doing a great job promoting the country wherever. But yes, there is this numbers that are falling or investors that are not coming. Maybe, what can you say to that?
Let me first rectify something. The process of investment promotion actually started before 2016. What happened in 2016 is that Namibia hosted an international investment conference. We had about 20 bankable investment projects that we promoted. Out of 20 to date, 5 of them have secured investors. That is the solar project in Roshpina, the shipwreck project at the Skeleton Coast, and then Cape Town packaging project. And they are actually supplying the cement bags to Horongo.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, how many did I mention?
Yeah.
And so on.
Yeah, and so on.
Yeah, we have.
But at least you have an indication. You say that is since
2016.
Oh, okay, so far 5 projects actually got investors and they are already in working, actually operating.
Yes.
All right.
And the other projects are also work in progress. I mean, investors, they know what they want.
Yeah. Okay.
If I can add on too much, just about I think your investors have become, like I've also mentioned earlier, very sophisticated in what they want. And they have already done a lot of research about our country. They know the peculiarities of our sectors. They understand the incentives, the respective legislation that is prevailing in the country. So they've done a thorough analysis before they come to the country. So by the time they obviously come to, let's say, Namibia, they understand what are the labor laws, they understand what kind of incentives you have, what is the tax regime. All of that is already known to those kind of investors. And it is for that reason that I think the ministry started to revise this investment promotion in 2016 from a more generic kind of approach to a more targeted and specific approach. And it is for that reason that the ministry at that time also, through the support of the Walters Bekoito Group, then did a thorough market feasibility assessment, we did financial analysis, we did economic analysis, we looked at the prevailing regulatory institutional framework. All those things were taken
Joo, tässä mä täytyy kokea sen, kun naaga.
Tää alkoi mangoa taas nyt.
Tässäkin on mango kummia.
Alright, and just
I
before
love
we
that
go
joy.
ahead, I'm this guy, I'm on the ground. I represent the ground.
Ah,
Actually, I
that's not
represent the corporate world and well-established 50 years old companies. We all know that when we talk about Namibian companies that we own, they might be 5 years, 10 years old. And actually, a large number of them, they're actually on the startup stage or maybe just in a medium enterprise. And you say that you guys did a thorough research on what to market. Now, if we know that this is where we stand, can't we use it now for every package promotion that we do? We have to be realistic. Because if we are pushing things to say that only if you need 50 million, you should come to us. How about 50% or 60% of those big medium enterprises? I know, yes, we have to be realistic, we need to grow, but we have to do things in a sustainable manner. Yes, we can give these guys investment opportunities, but we're talking about 10 years or 10 years now to come. Where will we be as a country? Can we count how many Namibian companies that have established themselves? So now you mentioned that you guys did a thorough research. That is where my question now is based, that how are we catering the medium enterprise and the SMEs? Regardless of how sophisticated they are, we have to come back to the ground. This is how our economy is. Because if we just cater for those guys, there are a few of them. And if you look at the economy now, it's not growing, but they are in there existing. We have a large employment pool that says that more companies need to be established. And that is where we have to divert funding. So, yeah, if you can just say something there.
I can start. Obviously, we recognize that there are different levels of project promoters. With SMEs, medium-sized kind of project promoters, larger type of project promoters. But if we talk about they're specifically referring to you by Expo, obviously in this process that the ministry embarked upon with the call for proposals, we anticipate that a fair amount of project promoters will submit, maybe some of them with smaller projects, some with medium-sized projects. And obviously we will evaluate the projects based on the criteria that was given specifically for the Dubai Expo. But I am firmly of the view that the ministry will obviously look at those projects in the context of local investors. International investors. And those projects will obviously then be presented at the different fora to those investors who have the appetite for projects of that size.
Yeah, because that is my worry.
Just to add to my point, Gilbert, what we do is with smaller projects, SME projects. Agreement also in place. So with such smaller projects, we do liaise with the project promoter, see if they are fine, if we can pass on their projects to DPM. And then they have an SME department that deals with such projects. So that's how we tackle such.
Yeah, no, I understand that and I like that. I just want, maybe I'm too, I don't know whether I'm too hungry in terms of business. I feel like now everybody's just pointing to DPM. If you ask any policymaker right now that what
I just want to do
we are
everything.
funding SMEs. That's everywhere everybody's pointing at. But yeah, I understand that. And actually, if what you suggested that whoever is going to come through with any project is not going to be thrown away, but they will be there, any investor will come. Because somebody will come. I might come in 2 years to look for that project, yes. If everybody can just submit and indicate their investment need, and you have those specific SME and medium enterprise need funding and you guys have it, I think it will be good. We just worried that if you are not meeting the threshold, you are not welcome. That was actually my word.
Let me attempt to answer to that. Even
Well,
though
they
you are
will not
meeting
go.
the threshold, your project needs to be bankable at least.
Yeah, no, that one is definitely, I said yes, that one. There is no negotiation on that one from my side of things.
Yeah, those are now the projects that we are referring to. We package them for later also apart from sharing them with CBN. We also have equity funders, such as EOS Capital and the rest. We also refer those projects to such. Those are the local equity funders that we have.
Yeah, and actually we have a lot of them. I see them in DPA, in GIPF, they almost produce them, but we don't hear them. And that is actually the relationship that I feel like they need to know.
Aye.
Because if you look at now our pension fund and our money,
Ashende.
almost 50% of it is invested outside.
It's first time
But you
around.
actually have
Die.
this project in our offices. Now, how is it the relationship with the equity funders? How many of them do you have in your list?
Die.
You might not answer the paper.
Doing it for the first time is
Say,
not
we
easy.
have this amount of these guys, because they are managing our money, guys. But we have 50% of
Tomorrow,
our
good
money
day. Day
invested.
5 is
Actually,
over.
most of it in the
Slow,
stock
very slow.
market. But we
Yeah.
have a project that are lying down at the Ministry of Agriculture and Trade, which are already packaged. You guys verify that they are bringable. Because it's a statement that is coming from the financial market right now. They are saying the money is
Eh?
back
Oh, nene kefana.
so,
Kaya yan na naman.
no, according now to the project that you guys have been having, is that true?
Maybe before my economy comes in.
Nda kwa mbona nguro kwa.
As you may recall,
Ai hadi.
our government passed some regulation, we call it Regulation 8.
Yeah,
They
the,
now allowed pension funds to invest in unlisted securities.
yeah,
So most of the private equity firms in Namibia have a mandate from the GIPF. I've listened to them that they've actually
I want to go to Moscow.
the number of
Papa ni.
from GIPF.
Yan ang
So I want to view that obviously
Meron eh, right?
will gaze in the future.
Unyerange ngano ndi.
Private
Ngalo kenda kuhira
equity. Just
kalita.
to obviously
ako na kung kaya ba din mo.
La ningana.
scope of the mandate. What kind of projects
Bono.
are